Good morning. Hello, everyone. My name is Bobby Joe, and here at Unity on the Eastern Shore, welcome you to our congregation of New Thought believers. We have come to know that nothing happens by accident and that all is in divine order. We are not here by accident. We are each part of the divine source energy that manifests as unity on the Eastern Shore here and now. As we celebrate the gift of life and our unity with all others, we affirm that we are all one. We bless and embrace people of every race, culture, lifestyle, and creed. And we know that the one source, as light and love, expresses equally in every life. We are grateful for the presence of God within each of us and our ever increasing acceptance of expression of the divine truth. I'd like to know, is anyone here for the first time today? Just raise your hand. I can't see everyone. Was it Linda? Yeah, Nancy. Welcome, Nancy. We offer that you stick by at the end of and get to know you a little bit better at the end of service. All right. Love to know you a little bit more. So welcome. All right. So now we're going to go into our purpose statement. And together, I'd like us to read this together with me, nice and slowly, and then we pause, and I'd like you to just read it again within your heart, okay? So together, our purpose is to foster a new level of spiritual awareness through worship and fellowship, and to lift one another to a Christ-like maturity. Great. And now our affirmation for this week. And again, just even though I can't hear you, let's do this together nice and slow. We'll say it out loud and then we'll say it in our hearts. We lovingly and gratefully acknowledge the presence and one power of the divine in our midst. Beautiful. And then now the word of the day. My compassionate heart blesses others. I am grateful for my loving heart that prompts me to reach out in kindness and compassion to bolster the spirits of others. The more I choose compassion, the more easily it becomes a habit. My actions don't have to be especially grand. I can open the door or pay for the order of the person behind me or at the drive-up window. Listening, holding a hand, and giving a pat on the back are also simple yet sincere expressions of compassion. In helping others, I am blessed by the reciprocal effect of giving, and good flows to me abundantly. Every act of kind-heartedness, no matter how small, creates a ripple effect that inspires kindness and generosity in others and ultimately blesses the world. And in everything, do as to others as you would have them do to you, for this is the law and the prophets. Matthew 7:1. And now we'll have a little music. Love wins. And just bear with us. Have patience, take a deep breath, and just be in the energy of all of us together with the divine with us. And here we go.
You might win a battle, you could win a race, you could outrun your rivals, come in first place. in the push and the shove, or simply surrender and tune into love. Love's not a contest, it's just who we are. Both the light and the shadow are at home in the heart. Beyond the struggle, there's music to play and songs to be singing at the end of the day. Love wins, love wins. All is well in the end. Love wins. Love knows no boundaries. It's the light in our eyes, familiar to all, universally prized. There's a world of compassion, and we're good to be in. We could just quit fighting, let love win. 'Cause love wins, love wins. All is well in the end. Love wins, love wins, love wins. All is well in the end. Love wins.
That song is absolutely beautiful. So now it is with great joy and an honor to introduce one of our favorite Canadians coming all the way from Canada today is Miss Sharon Sinclair with her message, Spiritual Eye Drops. Miss Sharon, you're muted. Yep. Good.
There, have I unmuted myself right?
Yes, you did.
Okay, great. Good morning, everybody. And thank you for having me back again. It's always such a pleasure to be your speaker. This morning's message I called Divine Eye Drops. And I'm going to start with a prayer that to me is very visually beautiful. And I think that I shared this prayer the first time I ever spoke with you years ago. It's by Chief Dan George. And I welcome you now just to close your eyes, settle comfortably where you are. Take a couple deep breaths. Let all the stress of the past week flow away from you. And let these words by Chief Dan George be our call to worship this morning. O Great Spirit, whose voice I hear in the wind, whose breath gives life to the world, hear me. I come to you as one of your many children. I am small and weak. I need your strength and your wisdom. May I walk in beauty. Make my eyes ever behold the red and purple sunset. Make my hands respect the things that you have made, and my voice sharp to hear you, and my ears sharp to hear your voice. Make me wise, that I might know the things you have taught your children, the lessons you have hidden in every leaf and rock. Make me strong, not to be superior to my brothers, but to be able to fight my greatest enemy, myself. Make me ever ready to come to you with straight eyes, so that when life fades as the fading sunset, my spirit will come to you without shame. Amen. It seems to me that what I choose to share with you generally emerges from my life experiences, and Divine Eye Drops is no exception. Recently, I began to experience some flashing white lights in my left eye, and I tended to downplay the seriousness of that, but eventually decided I'd better report it to my eye doctor. And she had booked weeks in advance. But as soon as I mentioned the flashes, they got me in there that very same day and did some testing. And fortunately, it was not a symptom of a detaching retina, which it could have been. And they're just monitoring it for now. And I'm also aware that eventually I'm going to need some cataract work done. And for those of you who might be familiar with this, I understand that with cataracts, there are a tremendous number of eye drops that need to be administered. But again, I don't have to deal with that for a little while. So I felt that God had shown me mercy for right now. And I was very pleased that I didn't have to work that into everything else. And with that prayer for mercy, my mind drifted to a quote by Shakespeare, where he says, "The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as a gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives and him that takes." And that led me to wonder, what if instead of mercy coming to us like raindrops, it came to us like eye drops from the mind of God, from divine mind? And if so, what ingredients might be in those eye drops? I think we're all familiar with products that have lists of extensive ingredients, sometimes too complicated to even pronounce. But I think with divine eye drops, although the list will be extensive, the ingredients are very easily understood and given in abundance. So, what is meant by mercy? One definition states that mercy is the compassionate treatment of those in distress, especially when it is within one's power to punish or harm them. There are many biblical references to mercy, such as in Psalm 51, verse 1. "Have mercy on me, O God, according to your unfailing love, according to your great compassion, blot out my transgressions." In fact, I uttered this prayer just last Thursday because I had sat down in front of my very ancient computer to do some notes for today. And I tried everything, but it wouldn't come on. I tried changing this plug and that plug and booting and rebooting, but there was just no response whatsoever. And so I just sat there for a while, and it wasn't life or death, but it would have been inconvenient. And I was already quite tired and frustrated from having spent the previous half hour vacuuming up more water from our yet again flooded basement. So I sat there and I just thought, God have mercy on me. And I tried one more time, and voila, the computer started up. Coincidence? Maybe, but I think not. I think that divine mercy can come to us just that easily, simply upon request. And even more miraculous is that mercy will come to us without our request as a gift of profound grace that is freely given by the very virtue of our being alive. So today, amongst that vast list of mercy ingredients, I have selected 10 to share with you. 8 will be guided by the letters in the words eye drops, and 2 will be included later in the meditation. So let's start with the letter E. For this letter, I chose energy. Albert Einstein said, "Everything is energy," and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. Sounds simple, doesn't it? But how do we go about matching the frequency of what we want in our reality? If it were that easy, our personal lives and our world might look quite a bit different. I don't profess to have the answer, but together, as seekers of truth and light, we will move closer to this state of being. The way we think and feel can change the world for the better. Thinking positive thoughts can influence those around you, causing a ripple effect in the energetic ether. It's like a boomerang. What you send out comes back to you with a stronger force. The law of nature states that everything has a vibration. Since we and everything around us is energy, we must also be connected with everything. In this way, we influence each other's life energy, or qi, as it is called in Chinese philosophy. Have you noticed that sometimes your qi is very low? Certainly mine was yesterday. I was dragging myself around. And there are lots of reasons why this happens. But one thing I've noticed is that after attending a service at Unity, I feel recharged. My chi has been enhanced, and I am grateful to each one of you for that. It illustrates to me that you are great examples of good vibrational energy. What a tremendous gift of mercy it is that we are part of this vast universe and co creators of our reality. I think sometimes that's why so many people are drawn to the ocean. There we experience a vast body of energy in motion. And it reminds us subconsciously that we too are part of this great ocean of energy. Another type of energy with which we are familiar is the exuberant energy of children. And that's one reason I chose youth for the letter Y. When children come to the world, it's as if they are closer to an outlet of some great cosmic source of energy, and it expresses in their movements and their exuberance. A few summers ago, I thought about this when we were entertaining the young grandchildren of my friend Jim. We'd taken them to the beach and they were having a great time trying to scale a rock not far from the shore. This was their greatest challenge of the day, and they were loving every minute of it. So I think of youth as a gift of mercy. As our own physical energy wanes with age, we're privileged to observe through the energy of children an innocence and a zest for life. It's as if they keep the key to all of our youth in their faraway land. Jesus loved little children and said indeed that we should become like a little child to enter the kingdom of heaven. The next word, the next letter rather, in the word I is E, and I'd like it to stand for emotions. To me, emotions are a great gift of mercy to help us navigate our life's journey. Not all the emotions we experience are comfortable, but they are all part of processing and understanding our authentic experiences of life. We are told that to everything there is a season, and so it is with emotions. For example, when we experience the death of a loved one, our sorrow and our grief can be immeasurable. But those emotions help us to process all of the great changes that will occur from that loss. When we fully acknowledge and honor those feelings, then we are ultimately free to move on. Denying or suppressing our emotions in any situation leads to psychological problems. Even the emotions we don't necessarily want to experience teach us something about our current situation and can help us to make changes, important changes in our life for the better. And I do agree that ultimately we can then choose joy, as is your unity affirmation. The D in drops signifies for me the ability to dream, to use our imagination to conceive of new and original ideas. The world's greatest inventions were the result of someone's dreams on how to improve our lives. We often hear the importance of following your dreams, no matter what obstacles we might face in the process. I think of dreams like a whisper from the universe to help us remember our unique individuality. And I think that children, fresh from the spirit world, are especially attuned to that whisper and need to be encouraged in the direction of their dreams, even when their aspirations may not make sense to the adult mind. I wrote a poem for children once called Dream Catcher, and it was designed to help young people believe that every dream catcher finds power in the dream. So be a dream catcher. Catch the dream. The letter R signifies to me resilience. And this gift of mercy is evident everywhere. When we see how people can rise up from unbelievable struggles, it is a testimony to the resilience of the human spirit. This resilience was very evident to me a few years ago when I toured the Mississippi coastline following the Hurricane Katrina. And evidence was of destruction was everywhere. It was heartbreaking. But even in the midst of all of that, rebuilding was already in progress. And so it has been after every hurricane, after every setback. And I know you folks in Fairhope have experienced this many times, especially maybe most recently with Hurricane Sally. So the southern states are truly a model of determination and resilience. Globally, the COVID-19 pandemic illustrates again the importance of resilience to overcome an enemy so small it cannot be seen with the human eye, yet so powerful it has taken a devastating toll on so many lives. Yet everywhere we see inspiring examples of resilience and the will to survive and conquer this virus. I believe that no darkness will ever eliminate the light of our imagination. Originality shimmers in creative minds that refuse to be contained. And ingenuity lives in the vibrant, multicolored core of our human experience. Even this Zoom technology has flourished since the beginning of the pandemic. Zoom handed us the keys to a global connectedness, and together we will paint an image of a better future. I chose for the letter O in the word drops, our spiritual power for the month, order. When things in our personal lives and in the world are chaotic, it's easy to forget that there is a divine order. It's easy to think that there is no such thing, but that is simply not true. When we think this way, we are out of balance with the laws of the universe because there is always an underlying order just waiting for us to access its potential. When I see the exquisite pattern in flowers and the symmetry of a seashell, I become deeply aware of this gift of an orderly universe. According to Unity philosophy, order is the outgrowth of our complete agreement and cooperation with spiritual law. This is a process that must be complete in mind, in emotions, and in actions. As we order our lives by God's word, God will order our steps in all we do. Reverend Bronte Colbert, in a meditation, included this thought: one step at a time, I move forward into that which is mine to do. I see all aspects of my life in order against a backdrop of gratitude, spiritual purpose, and direction. This statement leads me to my seventh letter of mercy in the word drops, the letter P. I selected for this letter the concept of purpose. We are not here by accident. We are part of a plan so vast it is beyond human comprehension. And yet we get a glimpse of that plan every once in a while, especially when we strive to discover and fulfill our individual divine purpose. What a gift of mercy that we are not a random entity in a world spinning out of control. Ephesians 1, verse 11 assures us that before we were even born, He gave us our destiny, that we would fulfill the plan of God, who always accomplishes every purpose and plan in His heart. And even when we are not sure of our purpose, we can rest in the assurance that our divine mind knows our purpose. Jeremiah 29, verse 11, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. What great evidence of a merciful God. For the final letter S in the word drops, I assigned the word spirit. We are spiritual beings assured of an eternal life. I've mentioned before a poem called Unanswered Prayers that concludes with the lines, I asked for all things that I might enjoy life. I was given life that I might enjoy all things. I am most richly blessed. Let's never forget that our lives are a gift from a most merciful God who will strengthen us and uphold us. One of my favorite verses in the Bible gives us divine assurance through Psalm 16, verse 11. Thou wilt show me the path of life. In thy presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand there are pleasures forevermore. Thank you. And now I'd like to welcome you to join me in a meditation. Just relax, sit back, get comfortable, close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, and begin to take some long, slow breaths. If it helps, you can count to 4 as you inhale, hold your breath, and then exhale. As you deeply relax, try to hear your heart or feel it as a sensation in your chest. Today, I'd like us to imagine that we are each walking on a beautiful white sandy beach beside a turquoise body of water. The sun is shining brightly and feels so warm and comforting on our skin. As you walk along, you see ahead 2 baskets sitting in the sand. They shimmer in the sunlight, almost as if they are formed from light. As you look down into the first basket, you see a few pieces of clear crystal in the shape of teardrops. Gently lift out a piece of crystal and hold it up to the light. The crystal acts as a prism, creating a rainbow of colors in the white sand. Let each color remind you of some of the greatest recurring challenges you have experienced in your life. These are unique to you and may not apply to everyone, as we are each on our own path. Perhaps there is a color for health troubles or financial difficulties, relationship issues, or family problems. Whatever has been a challenge for you, let's try to see this less as a burden and more as a gift of mercy. Because as we attempt to deal effectively with our challenges, we will grow in Christ-like maturity. Be kind to yourself in assessing your problems and give yourself credit for the efforts you are making. They have not gone unnoticed. As you look at the crystal in your hand, you see that it is growing smaller and smaller until it disappears completely in a spark of light. With a breath of renewed confidence, move towards the second basket. You see that this basket is overflowing with crystal teardrops. You reach in your hand and feel the smooth, warm surface of the crystals. Withdraw one piece and hold it up to the direct sunlight. Again, a rainbow appears, and this time each color represents the unique gifts you have been given to meet each challenge you will ever face. Perhaps you have excellent health, maybe a vibrant personality that attracts friends to you or helps you in your business transactions, freedom from financial worry, a supportive family, a wonderful, loving relationship, intellectual or creative talents of a high degree. Whatever you identify as your unique gifts, give thanks for such mercies and take this crystal along with you to remind you that you are always enough and that you are never alone. As you prepare to leave this beautiful location, there is in the distance a third basket. As you approach this basket, You are aware of a beautiful amethyst light emanating from the contents. In this basket are more crystals, each one heart-shaped. Withdraw a crystal and holding it gently in your hand, look deeply into the beautiful light. As you do this, let your mind visualize people and situations that need your prayers. Prayers for your family and your friends, for your own needs and concerns, for your community, for the country, and for the world. Special prayers for the leaders weighted with heavy responsibilities. Prayers for solutions to our greatest problems. Before replacing the crystal heart in the basket, hold it up to God for special blessings, and then gently place it back into the light, in perfect confidence that your prayers have been heard by a merciful God. Take a few more breaths of gratitude and release all the stress and worry of the physical world. Vow to show mercy to others and to yourself in the week ahead. As we prepare to return to the sanctuary, we will be brought out of our meditation with a beautiful song. As we listen to the music, let the ears of our ears awake and the eyes of our eyes be opened.
Come to you without my list of all life's knots I can't untwist, but just to be here in your midst is all I really need. And to sit here quietly, loving you, you loving me, in the silence, in the peace, is all I need to be. Alleluia, alleluia, Hallelujah.
All right. Well, thank you, Sharon, so much. As always, it was beautiful and powerful, and we're very grateful for you being part of this congregation and sharing your wisdom with us. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Bobby Joe.
And now this is time that if we're feeling in abundance, this is our love offerings. Because divine love through us blesses and multiplies all that we give, all that we have, and all that we receive. So if you're feeling extra abundant this week, you can write us at Unity on the Eastern Shore, P.O. Box 776, Fairhope, Alabama, 36533. Father, we know that all gifts come from you. We give thanks for our blessings and lovingly return a portion of them to your service. We take a moment now, along with Silent Unity, to each pray in our own way. How blessed we are.
Everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. it's gonna be everything new. I'm through crying, I'm through waiting, I'm through hoping against all hope. I'm through longing for something gone that'll never return. Think I finally learned, so bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through grieving, I'm through dreaming that the life I had is ever coming back. No more wishing on someone else's star that'll never be mine. I think it's time to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. And I've survived many times before, broken hearts and slamming doors. I'll be alright, yes I will, once more, just as I did back then. I'm gonna rise again, so bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. So bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I know it's gonna be everything new.
Wow, these songs are absolutely great today. They're bringing little tears to my eyes. Beautiful. Now we're going to do our prayer of protection. There we go. And again, let's just say this together with me and then hold it in your heart. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. And wherever we are, God is, for we are one. Beautiful. And then how we always love to end the day here with our peace song. So I will mute myself so I can sing, and we can sing this together.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God
Beautiful. I saved you all my voice. So now we have a few announcements here. So on Wednesdays, and I'm a part of this, we have the Quest. It's at Wednesdays at 1:30 Central Standard Time. You should join. The book, the reading is like 2-3 pages. It's absolutely lovely. And you do not have to, you could just jump in now halfway through, and we would love to have you. And there's just all sorts of nuggets to be taken out of this. It's a great journey, and I even look forward to doing it again. So please join us on Wednesdays, and it'll just be the same Zoom link that we have here. So we're easy to find. Also, we have Thursdays at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. We have the prayer pause. And again, I joined this, and we've doubled in numbers. It's quite beautiful, and it doesn't take very much time at all, everyone. We're maximum 30 minutes. I think we were just 20 minutes the other day, and we're just being together, and we're praying for all those out there, and maybe anyone you know individually who needs it. So please come join us. Let's just double those numbers and have 8 of us here this week. I'd love to see you there too. In November, we're doing Circulation Day, and this is just first, we're going to go with the Halloween outdoor service and picnic. So this is going to be in October. This is down in Fairhope. It's called North Pond or North Beach. And we're going to have the service there at 10:30. And then after, we're going to have some food. So stick around today after these announcements, because we want to talk about what everyone thinks maybe we should do about food, maybe brown bag it or order something so that we can be safe with the COVID laws too. So that's one thing. And then is there Circulation Day? Did I miss it? Yes, Circulation Day. So as you can read here, opportunity to release usable and yet no longer needed items. Everything will be free. It will be at our beautiful Unity Church in the parking lot. I have some big tables that I'm going to bring. And if anybody has a big piece, like a couch or something they want to donate, please call me or reach out to me, because I have a truck and I can come pick it up. I'd love to help. I would like to take help with this, everything. And even at the end of it, I'd be willing to pick up everything and bring it to Goodwill after. So be in communication with us, maybe ask some friends and neighbors if they have anything, so that we make this a big successful hit. And again, I'd like any feedback, because I want to make some flyers, and I'd like to reach out to those in areas, maybe in like housing areas, that people really could use these gifts that we're giving. So, and I think that's all for today. It was wonderful to see everyone. Have a blessed day, and stick around now, because we're going to pass it over to Ann, and we're going to have an open discussion.